All right, let's come to the top of the mat into Samstutihi. Welcome, everyone. So you can come with the big toes together and the heels slightly apart, or you can separate the feet a little bit more if that's more comfortable. Let's bring the palms to heart center, close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose as you root down through the feet. And a long breath out as you rise up through the crown of the head. We'll start with the opening mantra all together. Deep breath in. Vande Gurunam Charanaravinda Sandarshita Swatma Sukhavabode Nishreyase Jangali Khayamane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantiye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasidharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Good. Exhale the arms back down to your side, opening the eyes. We'll start with Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, bring the arms over your head, palms touch as you press down through the feet. Exhale with a long spine, fold forward, relaxing the back and the neck. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, half lift, press through the feet, reach the heart forward. Exhale, step or jump back into a high plank. Lower the knees to modify, bend the elbows as you keep the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, point the toes, lift the heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll the toes into downward facing dog. And we'll settle here for about 5 breaths. Settling into the breath and establishing that deep, steady breath in and out through the nose. Good. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can. And you're reaching the hips up and back, pressing through the hands. Drawing the lower belly in. One more breath. Fully exhale. And as you inhale, make your way to the top of the mat, into the half lift. Exhale, fold forward, fully exhaling. Inhale, come to stand. Press down through the feet, reach up through the pinkies. Exhale, Samstutihi, arms back down. Again, like that. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees in if you need to. Inhale, half lift, strong legs, heart forward. Exhale, separate, jump back. Bend the elbows, draw the lower belly in. Shift the gaze forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, maybe lifting the thighs. Strong legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settling in and just kind of tuning into what the body feels like after these first movements. Feeling where the body and mind are today in this moment. And accommodating the practice from that deep place of listening. Turning the attention inwards and being open to what the body has to tell you. Got a couple more breaths here. Deep, steady breaths, matching the length of the inhales to the length of the exhales. Fully exhaling on your next breath. Inhale, step or jump, half lift. Exhale, fold, strong legs. Inhale, press the feet down. reach up, drop the tailbone. Exhale, Samstutihi. Again, inhale, arms over your head, deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, fully exhaling. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the shoulders down, lift the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Find your breath. Feel the breath moving through the body. One more breath. Step or jump to the top, lengthening. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to stand. Press down, reach up. Exhale, Samstutihi. One more Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, fold, feeling into the experience of these movements. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Legs are strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, a couple more breaths. Deep, steady breaths. Tone the vocal cords. Fully exhaling on your last breath. Step or jump to the top, lengthening. Exhale, fold, draw the lower belly in. Inhale, come to stand. Pressing down, reaching up. Exhale, Samstutihi. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the heart. Drop the tailbone. Exhale, fold forward, straightening the legs as much as you can. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Slowly inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, feet, free breath here, don't move. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, lift the chest, keep bending into the right knee, arms over your head. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, don't move. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, press down as you come up. Keep bending into the left knee, strong legs. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, slowly bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. And settle here wherever you are. Settle into the body, settle into the breath. Maybe micro bending the knees just a little bit. Just notice how that helps maybe to really lift the sit bones up and back. Keep drawing the lower belly in. One more breath. Fully exhale. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips low, arms over your head. Exhale, Samstutihi. All right, let's go into Parangusana. Bring the feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, fold forward, catch the big toes, and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Good. As you lift the sit bones up, lift the knees, the kneecaps up, lift the arches up. Allow the spine to release out of the pelvis. So releasing any tension through the front of the lower belly, drawing the lower belly in through the front of the hips, and then along the spine, the neck and the shoulders, as the crown of the head moves towards the mat. One more breath here. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Parangusana, slide the hands underneath the feet. Take another deep breath in to create space between the rib cage and the hips. And then exhale, folds forward into that space. And come into the breath as you keep the legs strong. Use the breath. Follow the breath to find new spaces to move into and to find those spaces where you can release something. Allow the breath to guide you through that process. One more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. Strong legs. Exhale into Samstutihi. Petite Trikonasana. Inhale, step the right foot back, arms out to the side. Exhale, pivot the right toes. Reach the right arm forward and then down. Right hand either to the shin to grab the big toe or onto a block or onto the floor, wherever you want to put your right hand. And you're reaching up through that left hand, gazing up towards the left hand or towards the side, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And feel how that action of rolling the shoulders away from the ears allows you to feel more length through the spine reaching out from the pelvis. Draw the lower belly in. Let's take one more breath here. Long, deep, steady breath. And on your next inhale, press down to come out of it. Pivot the feet. Exhale, reach forward and move into the left side. Good. And settle in. Settle in by starting from the ground up and establishing a foundation. Pressing the feet down and away from each other, micro-bending the knees, lifting the kneecaps. The legs are super strong as you keep rooting down. And it feels like you're expanding out through all directions and staying centered within your core at the same time. So you're drawing the lower belly in. Smooth, steady breathing. One more. Exhale, reach up to come out. Exhale, let's pivot around for Trikonasana B. Face the back of the mat, square the hips and the shoulders. As you exhale, the left hand comes forward and down to the inside of the foot or to the outside of the foot. And then reach the right arm up to move into the twist. The hand can also be on a block if the hamstrings are not open enough to bring the hand all the way down to the floor. Pressing evenly down through both feet, drawing the lower belly in, and feel the spine lengthening as it twists. Good. Notice if there's any strain in the neck. Adjust the neck so there's no strain in the neck. One more breath here. Keep pressing down through that left hand, opening across the heart. As you exhale, gaze down for balance. Then as you inhale, come out of it with control, and exhale, move directly into the left side, inside of the foot or outside of the foot. Starting from the ground up, strong legs, micro-bend the knees, draw the lower belly in, and find length through the spine as you move into the twist. Stay with it. Feel the breath moving through the body. One more. As you exhale, gaze down for balance. Inhale, press down to come out of it. Open to the side. Reach out through the elbows. Exhale into Samstutihi. Let's go straight into Prostrata Padottanasana. Inhale, step the right foot back. Hands to the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, look up and lengthen as you engage the legs. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend the knees here a little bit if you need to. Maybe you're walking the hands back, shoulders away from the ears, no tension in the shoulders. Draw the lower belly in. So there's like a sucking and a hollowing happening through the front of the pelvis. And you're not pushing your belly out. You're drawing it in and releasing the tension so that the spine can release out from the pelvis. One more breath here. Relax the neck. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up to the top. Exhale there. See, inhale, reach the arms to the side. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, reach the hands away from the body. Exhale, folds forward into C. So you can stretch the shoulders a little bit. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. Strong legs. Make sure the body has a foundation, a connection to the ground. There's no release, there's no letting go that will happen through the shoulders and through the spine if there's no connection to the ground. Keep pressing the feet down as you release the shoulders. Good, one more breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release the hands into Samstutihi. Inhale, let's bring the arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, into half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, full breath out. Let's do let's do Ustrasana. Jump both feet forward, bend the knees, and lift the heart, arms over your head. Good. So strong legs are super important for back bends. So really sink into this, feel the legs working, feel the connection into the ground. So the tailbone is dropping. The lower part of the body is super stable, reaching down towards the ground. And then the upper body is reaching up towards the sky, lifting the heart up, releasing the neck, wrapping the shoulder blades. Good. Draw the lower belly in. Let's take one more deep, steady breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, keep the knees bent and bring the chest to the thighs, hands in front of you, so that the hands are shoulder width apart. Keep the feet together. Keep the knees bent so the hips are dropping and the thighs are touching the front of the body. You're going to shift the weight forward into the hands. And then as you start to bear weight into the hands, move the shoulders away from the ears. And then press the shoulder blades away from each other. And that's going to start to round the upper back. Let's hold it here for 3. Keeping the thighs touching the front of the body. 2. And 1. And come out of that. Let's take a break for a moment. So we're going to do that again. Come back into the Lolasana position. And we're going to lift one foot up at a time. So I really want you to feel that rounded position throughout the entire spine, where the shoulder blades are spreading. So the upper back is spreading. And the tailbone is dropping. So you're tucking the tailbone. All right? So hands in front, shoulder width apart. Lift the hips. So your legs are working. Legs are strong here. Hands in front of you. So you're going to shift the weight from the feet into the hands. And as you start to bear more weight, you need to stabilize the shoulders. Come forward as much as you can. Squeeze into the fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears and press the shoulder blades away from each other. Drop the tailbone. Lift the right foot towards your glute. For 3, 2, keep pressing through the shoulders. 1, switch feet. Good. Keep pressing through the shoulders, rounding the whole spine. 3, draw the lower belly in. 2, deep breaths. And 1, and come out of it. Good. And then come back in for one more breath. See if you can lift both feet at the same time. Shift forward as much as you need to. Shift forward a lot. And step or jump back into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's shift back into a plank position. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, come all the way down to your stomach. All right, untuck the toes and come into a Sphinx position. And let's just ease into our back bend. Mostly because my back feels really tight. So maybe if I need this, I'm sure some other people need this. So just ease into the back bend, especially we just did a supinate form with Ujjayi. And now we're gonna slowly move into a back bend, which is the opposite of that Ujjayi position we just did. Just relaxing the glutes, seeing how this feels. If this is too intense in the lower back, you can walk the elbows forward. That'll lessen the bend in the lower back. Good. And then just come out of that for a moment. Shake out the hips. Good. All right, and we're gonna come back into it. And this time we're gonna activate the Sphinx. So you're gonna press into the tops of the feet, lift the kneecaps so the legs are strong, so connect into that strength, that leg strength that we just worked on. And then press the elbows down into the mat so the shoulders move away from the ears and the heart lifts. And pull the elbows towards you. So it feels like you're dragging the elbows towards your hips. Draw the lower belly in and see if, so you're getting some traction to pull the rib cage away from the hips and pull the heart through the shoulder blades. Keeping the legs strong and keep the tops of the feet pressing down so you don't drag the whole body forward. Good. Draw the lower belly in and just notice if you feel like the backside is compressing. And if it is, just ask yourself, where are you compressing on the backside of the body? If it's the glutes, see if you can release the glutes and get a sense of internally rotating through the thighs. So what does that mean? Internally rotating from the backside is the back of the thighs are rolling away from each other. And then you reach, you keep that spiral moving out through the big toes. All right, exhale, release that. Good. And if those are all like new concepts for you, then maybe they landed, maybe they didn't. Either way is totally fine. All right, sticky vinyasa here. Tuck the toes, hands next to your chest. Inhale, come up into upward facing dog. Let's just stay here for a moment. And you're gonna look over the right shoulder and reach back through the left toes. See if you can get a little bit of a stretch to the front of the left hip. Other side, look over the left shoulder, reach back through the right toes. Good. Inhale, look back to the center, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift into a high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Chaturanga Dandasana. Let's do one-sided Bakasana. Eka Bakasana. So you're going to bring the left forearm forward at a diagonal. Reach back. Bend the right knee. With the palm facing out, catch the arch side of the right foot. And you're going to start to pull that foot towards the outside of the right glute. And then if you get to a point where you can start to change the grip, you're going to spin the fingers forward, lift the elbow up. And then from there you can press the foot down towards the floor. Good. So we're stretching the front of the quad and we're stretching the front of the hip. If you can bring the foot down towards the glute, maybe you want to tuck the toes, the left toes lift the left knee. And then as you press the right foot down, lift the right knee up. It's a very different dynamic, but it takes you a little bit deeper if that's accessible to you. Good. Square the shoulders forward. Draw the lower belly in for 3 more breaths. Deep breaths. And release that. Okay. Other side. Switch the form. Bend the left knee. Reach back with the left arm, palm facing out. Catch the arch side of the left foot and start to bring the foot towards the glute. And then if you can, you change the grip by spinning the fingers forward, lifting the elbow up. And you're spinning the palm of the hand right at the base of the big toe. And bringing the foot as close as you can towards the outside of the left hip. Don't bring it out too much to the side, because then you'll twerk the knee in a strange way. So keep the foot really close to the glute. And if you feel any pain in the knee, then you're going too far. And then if you want, you can tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and then press through the front of the left hip as you lift the left knee. Good. Square the shoulders if you can for 3 more breaths. Deep breaths. Keep lifting the knee if you can and moving the foot towards the glute. And then exhale. Release that. Tuck the toes. Push up. Pop up into a Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Or just go straight into the upward facing dog. Exhale. And to downward facing dog. All right. Inhale. Let's come to our knees. Okay. How are we doing? Just do a quick. All right. All right. Let's come down to our knees. And we're going to do Ustrasana first, because in the other drill I wanted to do, I think is a little bit harder than Ustrasana actually. So let's do Ustrasana first, and we'll ease into Ustrasana. So we'll interlace the fingers behind the back. And as you reach the hands, the fingertips, the fingers interlaced down towards the mat, you're going to lift the heart up. And then as you do that, you're also going to squeeze the knees in towards each other and draw the lower belly in, and really think about lifting the rib cage up away from the hips. Good. For 3. So you really want you to feel like you're moving into the upper back. As you reach the hands down, you lift the heart up and you gently squeeze the knees in towards each other. 1 more breath, strong pelvic floor, and exhale. Release that. Good. So some of you asked me about how can we work on getting that strength in the legs for back bending? And one thing is just thinking about this internal rotation that happens in the legs. And in Ustrasana, one way that you can sort of activate that is by squeezing the knees in towards each other. That really helps to turn the legs on and then release the lower back, so you're not crunching into the lower back. All right, let's do Ustrasana again. You can do that first version, or you can tuck the toes and bring the hands to the heels, or untuck the toes and bring the hands to the feet. Or you can also put blocks next to the feet and bring the hands to the blocks. We'll all go into it together. So stay with me. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, connect into the feet, connect into your foundation. Press the tops of the feet down, drop the tailbone a little bit as you start to lift the rib cage away from the hips, lift the heart. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to dive the pubic bone back as you start to reach back. And as you dive the pubic bone back, you're also shifting the hips forward. And then, as much time as you need to, ease into that whole process. And then when you're ready, you can bring the hands to the feet or to the heels. Maybe drop the head back. Good. And once you're there, settle in, release any tension. And then again, squeeze the knees in towards each other. So it feels like you're narrowing the front of the pelvis and you're releasing the glutes. Press into the feet and shift the hips forward as you keep gently squeezing the knees in towards each other. Draw the lower belly in and lift up between the shoulder blades. So you really feel that length happening from the front of the body. Deep, steady breaths. Don't forget to breathe. 1 more. On your next inhale, squeeze the knees again in as you lift up out of it. And then come sit on your heels. If you want to take a child's pose, you can. If you want to take a squat, you can. Good. All right. You can stay in child's pose, or you can take a vinyasa with me. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And inhale to seated. Okay. Now, you can watch me first. Now we're going to do like a Ustrasana combined with Laghu Vajrasana. So you're really going to have to turn your legs on. All right. You can watch me first. So you're going to go into it just like you would Ustrasana. Draw the knees in, lift the rib cage, and bring your hands to the front of your thighs. And then as you move into Strassana, keep your hands on the front of the thighs, and you're going to lean back and come up. And you're going as far back as you can, where that point, there's going to be a point where you just are going to feel like you might collapse, and you might go all the way down to the floor. So come just before that point. Don't collapse. Come to the point just before you feel like you're going to fall, and come back up. And then that's really going to force you to engage the legs and gently squeeze the knees in towards each other. The knees are going to feel like they want to like splay out, but then that'll just like bring you too much down onto the floor. You need to squeeze the knees in so you stay connected to the ground, but you also get a sense of lifting. And the best way to understand that is to just feel that. So again, like if you're going into Ustrasana, press into the feet. Start to lift up, same way you go into Ustrasana. Bring the hands to the top of the thighs. Look back, lean back as you exhale. And then as you inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come up. And just go ahead on your own time. Do it about 5 times. And then if it feels okay on the 5th one, hold it for 5 breaths. And then if you get super deep into it, eventually you can reach down and catch the knees as you lean back and you bring the head to the floor, but totally not necessary. That's super, super deep. So at your own pace. I count mine, but if you're at a different count, that's fine. 1. And really keep lifting up into the upper back. 2. 3, 4, 5, hold it. 'And inhale, come up. And come down, take a child's pose. So the only way that's going to work is if you have both. The strength in the legs and then the release. It's a really difficult balance to find. So if you're only able to just go back a little bit, that's so great. That's the beginning of that pattern. And that's starting to ingrain a new pattern in the body and in the mind of stability and release. All right, let's take a Vinyasa. Inhale, let's jump through to seated. Lie down on our back. Let's do some shoulder stand to release the back bend. Laying down on your back. Okay. And you bring the feet over the hips. You can stay here or you can come into the full Parangusana with the hips lifted and the hands to the lower back. Really getting the shoulders away from the ears. You want the weight on the shoulders, not so much on the head, on the shoulders and the elbows. Moving the chin away from the chest. And then really focusing on lengthening the breath. Reaching the toes up. And when you're ready, you can move into Halasana, feet over the head, keeping the hands on the lower back or interlacing the fingers. Deep, steady breaths. And Karnapidasana, if you'd like, you could also take Happy Baby. When you're ready, slowly roll down. Bringing the legs straight out, straight down to the floor. If you'd like, you could also take the more conventional Matsyasana with the legs in lotus. If not, keep the legs straight, press into the elbows, and bring the crown of the head towards the mat. Lifting the heart, lifting the sacrum, opening across the throat, and then pressing down through the elbows. If you're in the full lotus, then bring the hands to the lotus and lift the elbows. Deep breaths. Feel the mind melting into the mat. And release that. Tuck the chin, lying flat on your mat. Inhale into Chakrasana, or you can just hug the knees, rock up to seated. Let's take a Vinyasa. And we'll do a quick headstand. So we'll interlace the fingers and bring the forearms onto the mat, elbows shoulder width apart, and interlace the fingers so that the outside edge of the hands are on the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. You can stay here, this could be your headstand, or you can bring the top of the head onto the mat, not the hairline, the top of the head. You can stay here, or you can come all the way up to find the straight line. If you're having a hard time finding the straight line because your body wants to go into a back bend, try flexing the feet and reaching the heels towards the ceiling as you press the elbows down. Super important so that we're not dumping the weight into the head. And then wherever you are, see if you can deepen the breath. Couple more breaths wherever you are. If you haven't already, slowly make your way to child's pose. Good. When you're ready, let's take a Vinyasa. Inhale into a high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's jump through to seated. Let's come to a comfortable seat. We'll cross the arms behind the back. Inhale, deep breath in. You could also take the full lotus in the bind. Exhale, fold. Turn the attention inwards, follow the breath. Feel the breath moving through the body. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Release the hands, bring the wrist towards the knees, the pointer towards the thumb. Then we're going to drop the chin towards the chest. Feel the sit bones rooting down into the mat, drawing the lower belly in and up. At your own pace, come into the breath. Feel the breath moving through the body and feel the rib cage expanding out through the sides as the diaphragm spreads out in all directions as you inhale. As you exhale, everything contracts back in. The diaphragm contracts back into its dome-like shape. See if you can imagine those movements, those watery, elastic movements of the diaphragm of the rib cage as you breathe in and you breathe out, keeping the lower belly drawn in. With the tone in the vocal cords and the soft palate released. Keep the back, the base of the skull spread to help release the soft palate. Deep breaths in, deep breath out, following the breath through its entire movements, moving up along the spine, down along the spine. As you breathe in, bring the attention down into the pelvis. Feel the sit bones pressing down. As you exhale, moving the attention up into the heart space and feel the heart lifting and expanding. As you inhale, moving down into the pelvis, dropping the tailbone, plugging the sit bones down. As you exhale, lifting and expanding from the heart. Keep breathing like that as I explain the breathing sequence we're going to do. It's going to be Nadi Shodhana. We're going to fold the pointer and the middle finger down and use the thumb to close the right nostril and the ring finger to close the left nostril. And you place the thumb and the ring finger right underneath that hard part of the nose, so that little indentation in the nose. So not all the way at the bottom of the nostrils, a little bit above that where it indents a little bit. You're just going to softly press there to close the nostril when we're breathing through the other nostril. And we're going to do short retentions between breaths. And I'll make it pretty accessible. If at any point the count and the pace is too hard for you, then just let it go and go at your own pace. All right? And so wherever you are, let's do another round of breath. We'll just kind of catch up with each other. And we'll fully exhale. Wherever you are, just completely emptying the lungs. All together, we'll take a deep breath in as you prepare the mudra on the right hand, folding the pointer and the middle finger. And then as you exhale, you're going to close the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Switch, inhale through the right nostril. You're going to drop the chin slightly. And you're releasing your Ujjayi for this sequence. You're going to close the right nostril and hold. Drop the chin. Open the left nostril, exhale through the left. Close the left, hold. Inhale through the left. Close both and hold. Exhale right. Close both and hold. Inhale right. Close both and hold. Exhale left. Close both and hold. Inhale left. Close both and hold. Exhale right. Close both and hold. Inhale right. Close both and hold. Exhale left. Close both and hold. Inhale left. Close both and hold. Exhale right. Close both and hold. Inhale right. Close both and hold. Exhale left. Close both and hold. Inhale left. Close both and hold. Exhale right. Close both and hold. Inhale right. No hold. Exhale left. Inhale through both. Release the mudra. Exhale through both as you re-engage Ujjayi with the tone in the vocal cords. At your own pace, settle into a few Ujjayi breaths, matching the length of the inhales to the length of the exhales. And when you're ready, gently release technique, release the tone of the vocal cords, and just allow the breath to be natural. Release the lower belly. Release judgment, assessment. Release tension. Where are you still holding tension? In your thoughts, in your body? See if you can relax again. Let's finish with the closing mantra. All together, deep breath in. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantan nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyaha shubhamastu nityam lokha samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. When you're ready, you can make your way to Savasana. Stay here as long as you'd like. But if you're ready to start moving out of it, you can make small movements. The body, make your way to a fetal position. Again, feel free to stay longer in Shavasana. On your own time, make your way back up to seated. Thank you, everyone.